Before we start, make sure you watch this video all the way to the end, because by the time you finish, you might never look at your daily routine the same way again. What if I told you that you interact with artificial intelligence dozens, maybe even hundreds of times every single day? Without even realizing it? Not in some futuristic sci-fi way with robots walking beside you, but in subtle, invisible ways that have quietly woven themselves into your life. Right now, at this very moment, AI is shaping what you see, what you hear, what you buy, where you go, and even how you think. And the craziest part, most people have no idea it's happening. Think about the first thing you did this morning. Did you check your phone? Scroll through social media? Look at the weather? Maybe you asked your phone a question or checked your messages. Every one of those actions likely involved AI. The posts you saw weren't random. They were selected, ranked, and delivered to you by algorithms designed to predict what would keep you engaged. The music you listened to wasn't just a playlist. It was curated specifically for your taste. Even your email inbox was filtered by AI, deciding what's important and what's spam. And it doesn't stop there. When you unlock your phone with your face or fingerprint, that's AI. When your keyboard suggests the next word you're about to type, that's AI. When your Maps app reroutes you to avoid traffic, that's AI. It's not loud or obvious. It's quiet, seamless, almost invisible. That's what makes it so powerful. Now here's where it gets interesting. AI isn't just reacting to you, it's learning you. Every click, every pause, every search, every swipe feeds data into systems that are constantly building a profile of who you are, what you like, what you dislike, what you might do next. Over time, this creates a version of you that exists inside machines, a digital reflection that can sometimes predict your behavior better than you can yourself. Have you ever had a moment where you thought about something and suddenly you start seeing ads for it everywhere? Maybe you mentioned a product once or searched for it briefly, and now it's following you across apps and websites. It feels almost creepy, like your phone is listening. But in reality, it's something even more complex. AI doesn't need to hear everything you say. It can often predict what you want based on patterns. This is the world we live in now. Streaming platforms recommend shows you end up loving. Online stores suggest products you didn't even know you needed. Navigation apps guide you through cities with real-time precision. Even customer service chats are often powered by AI, responding instantly, learning from interactions, and improving over time. And the more you use these systems, the better they get. But there's another side to this story. Because while AI is making life easier, faster, and more personalized, it's also shaping your choices in ways you might not notice. When an algorithm decides what content you see first, it influences what you think about. When it filters information, it subtly controls your perspective. When it recommends what to watch, buy, or listen to, it nudges your decisions. You're still in control, but not as much as you think. And that's where things get a little uncomfortable. Halfway through your day, you've already interacted with AI more times than you can count. It's in your pocket, in your car, in your home. It's in the systems behind your bank, your favorite apps, and even the ads you ignore. It's not coming in the future, it's already here. So if you're starting to see your daily life differently right now, take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, because we're only getting deeper into how this actually affects you. Now, let's go further. AI doesn't just recommend things, it optimizes for outcomes. Its goal is often to keep you engaged, keep you scrolling, keep you watching. That means it learns what grabs your attention, what triggers emotion, what keeps you coming back. Over time, this can create echo chambers, where you see more of what you already agree with and less of what challenges you. And when that happens, your world can start to feel smaller, even though you're connected to more information than ever before. But AI is not inherently good or bad, it's a tool. And like any tool, its impact depends on how it's designed and how it's used. In healthcare, AI helps detect diseases earlier and more accurately. In transportation, it improves safety and efficiency. In education, it personalizes learning experiences. These are powerful, positive changes that are saving time, saving money, and even saving lives. At the same time, there are real concerns. Privacy is one of the biggest, because for AI to work well, it needs data, and that data often comes from you, your habits, your preferences, your behavior. The question becomes, how much are you willing to share in exchange for convenience? Then there's the issue of control. If algorithms are deciding what information is prioritized, who decides how those algorithms work? Who sets the rules? Who ensures they're fair? These are questions that don't always have clear answers. And yet, most people don't think about them because AI is designed to stay in the background. It's meant to feel natural, effortless, invisible. You're not supposed to notice it. You're just supposed to experience the results. But awareness changes everything. Once you start noticing AI in your daily life, you can't unsee it. You begin to recognize patterns. You see how recommendations shift. You notice how content is presented. You start to understand that what feels like coincidence is often calculated, and that awareness gives you power. Because instead of passively consuming whatever is shown to you, you can start making more intentional choices. You can question why something appears in your feed. You can explore beyond recommendations. You can take back some control. And that's the key. AI is not something you need to fear, but it is something you need to understand. Because the more advanced it becomes, the more integrated it will be in your life. It will move beyond screens into physical spaces, into devices you wear, into environments you live in, into systems that operate around you. The line between interacting with AI and simply living your life will become harder to distinguish. And that future is closer than most people think. In fact, parts of it are already here. Smart homes that adjust lighting and temperature automatically, cars that assist with driving decisions, virtual assistants that manage schedules and answer questions instantly. These are not futuristic concepts anymore. They're everyday realities for millions of people. But here's something important to remember. AI doesn't have intentions. It doesn't have desires. It doesn't think the way humans do. It processes data, identifies patterns, and produces outcomes based on programming and training. The real influence comes from the humans behind it, the goals they set, and the systems they build. So when you interact with AI, you're not just interacting with technology. You're interacting with layers of decisions made by people you've never met. And that's why understanding AI matters, not just on a technical level, but on a personal level, because it affects how you spend your time, how you form opinions, how you make decisions, even how you connect with others. Think about how often you rely on recommendations now compared to a few years ago. Movies, music, products, news. AI is constantly guiding those choices. And while that can be helpful, it can also limit discovery if you're not careful. Sometimes the most valuable experiences come from stepping outside of what's predicted for you, from exploring something unexpected, from choosing something not because it was recommended, but because you were curious. And that's something AI can't fully replace. Human curiosity, human randomness, human creativity. These are things that don't always follow patterns, and that's what makes them powerful. So the next time you open an app, scroll through a feed, or search for something online, take a moment to think about what's happening behind the scenes. Think about how those results are being shaped. Think about how often AI is involved in your day. Because once you realize how much you interact with it, you start to see the world differently. And that brings us to something I want to ask you. Before we wrap up, I want you to go down into the comments and tell me one moment today where you noticed AI in action. Something small, something you might have ignored before. I'm curious to see how aware you are after watching this. And if this video made you think in a new way, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. Because the conversation about AI is only just beginning. And the more you understand it, the better prepared you'll be for what comes next. Thanks for watching.